Welcome to the Noel Shore region of Nova Scotia, a beautiful destination that's nestled up against the Bay of Fundy and the Shubenacadie River. It's a nice quiet place to get away from it all and experience some history, culture, and outdoor adventure. Now unfortunately Carla's not joining me for this trip because we just had two little girls and they're a little too young to travel just yet. But I did bring my dad along for the adventure, which will be a great way to show you that people of all ages can have a great time here. Before we get started, I wanted to show you where we're going to be staying for the first 3 nights, and that's ShangriLa Cottages. These beautiful cottages are located right off the Bay of Fundy and have everything you need, including a full-size kitchen, a living area, a beautiful bathroom, and 2 individual bedrooms. And right out front, there's even a fire pit with chairs where you can relax, have a fire, and enjoy the views. And some of the cottages even have hot tubs. But another important feature of this place is it's actually located right next to the top attraction in the area, Burnt Coat Head Park. To start things off, we're here at Avondale Sky Winery, where we're going to try some wine inside a restored 180-year-old former church. So now we're out on their beautiful patio where we're going to try some of their wine and some of their food. I actually ordered the charcuterie board, which sounds really delicious. It has a lot of things that I can't wait to eat, like not only some meats from Halifax, there's cheeses from, they said, I believe here, as well as New Brunswick and Quebec, but they even have some butter with molasses in it, molasses butter, which is a pretty Nova Scotia thing, I think, or at least Atlantic Canada food, as well as a honey that they said is spiced. And then I wanted to get some sardines, because I know my dad likes sardines a lot. I don't know if I've ever had them before, but these ones are actually imported right from Portugal. Well, so far I can tell you that this is one of the best charcuterie boards I've ever had. It's also the perfect place for me in wine, because I was telling him that I like a sweeter wine, usually kind of the wines like a Riesling from Germany, and that's what a lot of their wines are kind of like. They're kind of inspired by German wines, so it's a perfect place for me. So 3 of the wines that he brought us out to pair with our meal here is the Muscat, which is kind of has apricot, lychee, floral notes. The Bliss, which is star fruit, lemon and green apple notes. And the Sweet Rosé, which is sweet cherry, strawberry, and apple. Let's try them all and see which one's my favorite. They're all pretty good, but Bliss or the Sweet Rosé, that's my 2 favorites so far. Alright, well now we're here at the Flying Apron, where we're going to be learning how to make pasta from scratch. This award-winning restaurant serves up some of the best food in the region, so we figured it'd be a good idea to learn how to make their sausage and ricotta ravioli, as well as their garlic tagliatelle with pumpkin squash pasta sauce. This was our first time making pasta, and both dishes were delicious. On day 2, we visited Burnt Coat Head Park, which holds the Guinness World Record for the highest tides on Earth. After a quick visit to the Lighthouse and Interpretive Center, we joined one of their guided tours, which took us out on the ocean floor during low tide, covering about 1 to 2 kilometers of terrain while learning about the unique ecosystem. We explored tidal pools and the mud flats, admiring little creatures and even tasting a few things.
So this is Irish moss, and it is also edible, and there are areas that they harvest it for eating purposes.
How much are you allowed to eat?
You can eat as much as you want. It's high in iron, and it's high in salt and potassium.
How is it?
Good.
So if you want a snack later, you don't got to go to the store. You just come down here and pick some seaweed. Well, it seems only fitting for our last night here at the cabins, especially with a beautiful view of the Bay of Fundy, that we finish it off with a nice fire. As we made our way east to our next accommodation, we passed through the historic town of Maitland, which is home to the Lawrence House Museum. Here we took a guided tour through this beautiful Victorian home that was once owned by William D. Lawrence, who in 1874 secured his place in marine history by constructing the largest wooden-hulled, fully rigged ship ever built in Canada. We explored the many rooms, admiring the unique architecture and heirlooms collected by the Lawrence family during their world travels. Both my dad and I love the tour and highly recommend stopping in when you're in the area. Well, since it's time for lunch now, it makes sense to eat at the Mudslide Cafe, which just so happens to be inside the Freeze and Roy General Store, which was opened in 1839 and currently has the title of the oldest general store in all of Canada. So it seems like one of the foods they're known for here is burgers, and something new on their menu is a donair burger. And you'll see donair meat pop up on a lot of different menus across Nova Scotia, and that's because the donair, as we know it in Canada, was basically invented in Halifax in the 1970s. And what's unique about it is that nice sweet sauce. So definitely, if you've had it before, you know what I'm talking about, but if you haven't, it's something you've got to try when you're here. Very good. Now we're at the Shuswap Provincial Wildlife Park, which is set on 40 hectares of natural woodlands and wetlands and is home to more than 60 species of animals. So what was your favorite animal so far?
I don't know.
We didn't see the moose. For me, I'm going to say the lynx. Well, we've made it to our cabin that we're going to be spending the next 3 nights in here at Tidle Rafting Resort. And although it's definitely more rustic than ShangriLa Cottages, it has everything you need, including a full kitchen, a living room area, and 2 bedrooms. But most importantly, it's right next to the Shuswap River, which is where we're going to be having our biggest adventure of this trip. Well, it's time to go tidal rafting, and of course my dad's unfortunately not going to join us for this trip. I think it would have been fun to see his reaction, but I don't think he'd handle it too well. So instead, called up my friend Christian from Halifax. You ready to go?
We'll see.
Is this what you guys do here in Nova Scotia?
Yeah, that's
like
what we
pastime?
do. We don't do anything else.
Now we're here at Mastodon Ridge, which also happens to be the Visitor Information Center, but we're here to play some mini golf and of course, have some drinks at the local Coldstream Clear Distillery. How'd you like that one?
Sounds good.
Yeah? Is that your favorite one?
Goes down fast. Easy.
I don't know about you guys, but something I love playing is mini golf. So whenever I see one, I definitely want to give it a shot and see how creative they are with the course. Well, I must say it's a pretty good little mini golf they got here, right off the side of the highway. Kind of switchback style, so it doesn't take up a lot of space, but lots of cool little courses. Well, that's it for our time here in Nova Scotia. As always, we had a great time here. We always love coming to Nova Scotia, and you can see that by checking out our videos, as we have so many of them, ranging from Halifax to the Annapolis Valley, all the way up to Cape Breton and beyond. So if you want to learn more, check out those videos, and don't forget to visit our website as well at mustdocanada.com. And of course, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment. We always love to hear from you, and don't forget to subscribe. And until then, see you in the next video.